¿qué tal amigos del Jefe 96.7, 105.3 FM? Yo soy Alex Gantes y me encuentro desde la Sinfónica de Nashville. El día de hoy el cónsul general Javier Díaz de León estará con nosotros en el marco de la celebración del 213 aniversario de la Independencia de México, y el día de hoy se estará llevando a cabo este magno evento. Los invitamos a que se queden con nosotros y disfrutemos también de esta gran celebración.
Thanks for sharing your talent with us. I would like to take a moment to recognize our partners and sponsors who made this event possible. The City of Nashville, the Consulate General of Mexico, Casa de la Cultura Latinoamericana, the National Symphony Orchestra, the Skammerhorn Symphony Center, Nuestro Financial and Tennessee Arts Commission, and Performance Food Service. Thank you very much for your generous contributions. I would like to start the program by acknowledging the presence of distinguished guests and the people who made this event possible. Councilwoman Sandra Sepulveda from the 30th District. Council Member Bob Mendez at large. President and CEO of the National Symphony Orchestra, Mr. Alan Valentine. Our Consul General of Mexico in Atlanta, Ambassador Javier Díaz de León. Consul General of El Salvador, Marta María Orantes. From the Consul of Guatemala, Disconsul Germán Zambrano. The Senior Director at Tennessee Immigrant and Refugee Rights Coalition, Leticia Alvarez. In representation of Tom Nelson, President of Performance Food Service, Mr. Arturo Sandoval. And in representation of Nuestro Financial, Miguel Vega and Héctor Dávila. Thank you all for your generous support and effort to make this wonderful evening possible. As you might have noticed on your way here, tonight we're surrounded by art. We're proudly hosting an exhibit by renowned Mexican designer Manuel Cuevas, awarded with the Mexicanos Distinguidos recognition back in 2021, and for whom I ask you to give a big round of applause. Thank you for letting us enjoy your incredible designs and this wonderful Betty. This event wouldn't be possible without the partnership of our amazing host, the National Symphony Orchestra. Please join me in welcoming Giancarlo Guerrero of the National Symphony Orchestra.
Muy buenas noches, un verdadero placer estar acá con ustedes. Good evening, it's a real pleasure to welcome all of you to our home, the National Symphony Skammerhorn Symphony Center, which is also your home as well. Esta también es su casa y esperamos que vengan a visitarnos muchas veces a escuchar esta fabulosa orquesta en esta maravillosa ciudad. It's a great honor for me to be part of this celebration of the independence of Mexico, and also honoring a wonderful colleague and a friend of mine, Enrico Lopez Yanez, with whom I share the stage here in Nashville many, many times. And you should know that this is actually kind of a phenomenon to have two conductors, not only in the same room, but actually in the same city. We are traveling musicians by nature, and having both two of us in the same place is actually kind of an accident almost. Así que es un accidente tener a dos directores acá presentes en el mismo lugar, pero bueno, se dio el fenómeno, acá estamos y para mí realmente es un honor estar acá siendo parte de esta celebración. Bienvenidos al Skammerhorn Symphony Center y disfruten de la noche. Gracias.
Partnership of the symphony. I forgot to mention, might I do a part of Casa Latinoamericana, so sorry, Marita, I don't see you, but now please join me in welcoming Councilwoman Sandra Sepulveda, who will present a proclamation issued by the Metropolitan Council and will deliver a message as the first and only woman in the council, Mexican woman in the council.
Buenas tardes, good evening. I am being joined by my colleague, Councilmember Bob Mendez, and we were just discussing his grandfather who was actually Mexican. So it's a pilgrimage that we're going through, huh? We are. Yes, so we will be reading the proclamation recognizing the 213th anniversary of the independence of Mexico. Whereas the city of Nashville, Tennessee is proud to honor Mexico as it celebrates its 213th anniversary of the proclamation of its independence on September 16, 2023, and
whereas 2023 concludes the commemoration of the 200th anniversary of the establishment of diplomatic relations between Mexico and the United States of America on December 12, 1822, and
whereas Mexico has a long established history with the city of Nashville and the state of Tennessee, and
whereas Mexico and Nashville are united by strong cultural and family ties with more than 40,000 Mexicans living in Nashville and more than 220,000 Mexicans and Mexican Americans living within the state of Tennessee. And
whereas the Mexican community in Nashville directly contributes to the vibrant cultural diversity and positive growth of our community, and
whereas Mexico is Tennessee's second largest trade partner. In 2022, Tennessee imported $11.5 billion in products from Mexico and exported $4.5 billion in products to Mexico. And
whereas through myriad collaborations and exchanges between government entities, universities, and other recognized institutions, Mexico and the city of Nashville work together to reach new heights in ensuring the health and well-being of citizens on both sides and borders. Now, therefore, I, Sandra Sepulveda, council member of the Metropolitan Government in Nashville and Davidson County, do hereby join Mexican and Mexican-American communities around our city in celebrating September 16, 2023, the 213th anniversary of the independence of Mexico, and encourage all citizens to join in this worthy observance.
Now, Father Bruno is please come over here. Thank you, Councilwoman Sepulveda, Councilmember Bob Mendez, for your words. This evening, before the official ceremony of the Mexican independence, the Consul General of Mexico will grant the Mexicanos Distinguidos Award, one of the most important and symbolic awards in the government of Mexico, bestows upon those personalities who have an outstanding career in their professional field. I have the pleasure to invite to the stage, again, Consul General Javier Díaz de León, who will present us this recognition and deliver a message on the importance of this day for the Mexican community.
Muchas gracias. Buenas noches. Good evening. How are you? It's always a great pleasure to be in Nashville. It's always a great occasion. Usually when I get to get a chance to come here, and for the lucky, very lucky chance of my job, very often, many times when I come here, is to celebrate people. And it's to celebrate our culture, to celebrate our country, and to celebrate the relationship that has blossomed so beautifully between Nashville and the Mexican community here. To celebrate Nashville's openness for the immigrant community, that in many ways Nashville has sent out a signal for many years to other cities in the United States about the right way to approach the immigrant community as a welcoming city. And maybe as a product of that, and maybe as a product of that very well taken care of environment, so many immigrants have been able to blossom here in this great city. And throughout the years, I have had the chance here to talk about some of them, of course, some of the Mexican ones. Of course, as you probably know and remember, I have had the pleasure also to recognize here a few other people in the past. Besides the award that we are going to be giving tonight, there is another award that the Mexican government bestows to people who do an outstanding job in opening a path and opening roads for immigrants, Mexican immigrants, all around the world. That recognition is called the OTLI. OTLI is a word in the language tongue that means path, road. And the OTLI award was awarded here in the past to the wonderful Leticia Alvarez, and of course to the wonderful Magdalena. Now, the Mexican government also has an award, a second award that is reserved particularly for people from Mexican background who have had a particular outstanding career, professional career that turns out to be a sign of an example to everyone who lives outside of our country, in the ways that some of the very high peaks that some of our people who choose to, for any reason at all, to not live outside of Mexico, and they can reach very high peaks in their profession and in the disciplines that they do. The first person that was awarded with this award was already mentioned very well by Diego, was of course our very own Manuel Cuevas. This recognition of the distinguished Mexicans was created in 2018, and in the case of here of Nashville, tonight it will be the second time ever that this recognition is awarded here in Tennessee, here in Nashville. And of course, this is going to be, and it is my greatest pride and it's my greatest joy to deliver this recognition to Enrico Lopez Yañez. You're gonna have to wait here because I'm gonna talk about it. So I gotta talk about him. I'm gonna make him look at you when I'm talking about him. Enrico was born in Norfolk, Virginia, and of course he's the son of a Mexican father, very proud son of Aguascalientes, Mexico. He is the principal pops conductor of the Nashville Symphony, we all know that, and the Pacific Symphony, and as well as the principal conductor of the Dallas Symphony presence. His career has established him as one of the nation's leading conductors of popular music, and he has become known for his unique style of audience engagement. Enrico is also, of course, a composer and an arranger. He has been commissioned to write for the Cincinnati Pops, for the Houston Symphony, for the San Diego Symphony, and the Omaha Symphony. His works have been performed by orchestras in several parts of the United States and outside of the United States, like the Baltimore Symphony, the Detroit Symphony, or the Florida Orchestra. He has conducted concerts with a broad spectrum of artists, people like Patti LaBelle, people like the Beach Boys, Kenny G, Aida Cuevas, Stuart Copeland, Kenny Loggins, and he's also the artistic director and co-founder of the Sinfonica Productions LLC. Lopez Yañez has curated and led programs designed to cultivate new audiences and to coordinate a wide variety of family and educational productions. His musical productions have been recognized by multiple awards that he has received throughout the years. The John Lennon Award for Lyrical Composition, the Hollywood Music Award, the Family Choice Award, the Global Media Award, and the Parents' Choice Award. But I'm sure this is going to be his favorite award. He has participated in many events to promote Mexican and Latin music, both in Tennessee and the diverse cities in the United States. And of course, besides all of this outstanding musical and artistic activity and engagement that he has done, he's also very intensely engaged and involved with the community. He has been providing and promoting and providing access to the music of the Nashville Symphony for the Mexican and the Latino community here in Tennessee for a long time. And he has been, throughout more than 10 years, been a very successful musician. And Enrico is one of the most recognized artists in the field of his talent, innovation, dedication, and besides, he's actually very modest. So for all of the above, and not only for all of the above, which describes what Enrico has done so far, and as you can probably see, he's going to do a lot more stuff because he's so young. And so all of these contributions that he has been able to make in such few years, as such a young person, is such a motive of pride for us of what a Mexican American can do in this great country.
being at the same time a very proud son of Tennessee, son of the United States, son of Nashville, but also very proud son of Mexico. And you can do both things. He does both things. He does them very, very well. So I will stop now, and I will now ask you with me to recognize and to do a round of applause for Enrico Lopez de Llamas.
Because without the two of them, I would not be here this day. The Nashville Symphony has been such an incredible gift to my life and such a positive ability for me to be able to share not only my musical heritage, but my cultural heritage with the city of Nashville. And they've embraced both me and my heritage so beautifully by allowing me to put on concerts in our community at Plaza Mariachi, to collaborate with artists and doing shows like Latin Fire or the Three Mexican Tenors. And it's such a joy to get to share all of what we have grown up listening to with the greater community of Nashville. As many of you know, music is so closely tied to our culture and what we do as Latinos, and it can bring apart emotions, whether they're joy and celebration. It can remind you of the sad moments in life. It can remind you of the time you spent with family and friends. And every time we get to step on stage and make music, not only classical music, but music from Mexico, is such a joy and honor for me to get to share that. And for those of our members in the audience who maybe have spent a long time away from their homes in Mexico, to be able to give them a way to connect back to their home, their friends, their family, is such a gift for me, and so it's such a pleasure to get to do that. The other person that I want to thank who's not here, but has been here many times in the past, is my dad, my musical hero. He, of course, was born and raised in Mexico, in Aguascalientes. He came to the United States in his mid-20s, not speaking any English, to study music, to study opera in LA. And growing up, he was teased and made fun of because he didn't speak English and was competing with other people who English was their native language. But despite all of that, he was able to succeed and excel in his career. He won many awards. He went on to sing at every major opera house in the world, from the Metropolitan Opera to Opera Australia, all over Europe, all over Asia, North and South America. And growing up, being around his artistry and also the music in those theaters and the music made by all of those musicians is something that I carry with me every day and have such an honor of getting to present then where I go, whether it's here in Nashville or to my other orchestras in Dallas, Pacific Symphony, and the other ones that I get to guest conduct on a regular basis. So again, I thank you all so much for this great honor, and I promise to continue to do this work of bringing our culture to not only you here in Nashville, but to all of the Mexican citizens across the United States. Muchísimas gracias y viva México.
Again, muchas felicidades, Enrico. You truly are a great inspiration for other Latino youth across the United States, and thank you for all the work. Now we'll begin the official ceremony of the 213th anniversary of the Mexican independence. Let's respectfully hear the national anthem of the United States of America, interpreted by our very own Miss Music City, Cassandra Pimentel. Now let's respectfully receive the Mexican flag carried by Mexican Dreamer Berenice Oliva.
¡Mexicanos! ¡Que vivan los héroes que nos dieron patria!
¡Que viva!
¡Que viva! ¡Viva Allende! ¡Viva! ¡Viva Iturbide! ¡Viva! ¡Viva Morelos! ¡Viva! ¡Viva Guerrero! ¡Viva! ¡Viva el padre Hidalgo! ¡Viva! ¡Viva la corregidora! ¡Viva! ¡Viva México! ¡Viva! ¡Viva México! ¡Viva! ¡Viva México! ¡Viva!
Mexicanos al grito de guerra, el acero aún está bien vivo, y retiene en su centro la tierra al sonoro rugido del cañón. Y retiene en su centro la tierra al sonoro rugido del cañón. Si la patria consigue ese oliva de la paz del arcángel divino, que en el cielo tu eterno destino por el dedo de Dios escribió. Mas si osare un extraño enemigo profanar con sus plantas tu suelo, pienso, patria querida, que el cielo un soldado en cada hijo te dio, un soldado en cada hijo te dio. Mexicanos al grito de guerra,
Now, it's a pleasure to introduce virtuoso violinist and singer Diego Sandoval and a group of wonderful mariachi musicians.
Hola, ¿qué tal amigos del GP 96.7, 105.3 FM? Yo soy Alex Gantes y me encuentro en este momento con el cónsul Javier Díaz de León del Consulado General de México en Atlanta. Cónsul, como siempre, es un placer que nos acompañe en la ciudad de Nashville.
No, para mí siempre es un gustazo poder venir a Nashville. Me encanta esta ciudad y me encanta su gente.
Cónsul, celebrando el 213 aniversario de la Independencia, ¿cuál es el mensaje para todos los mexicanos y mexicanas aquí en la Ciudad de la Música, en Nashville, Tennessee?
Pues siempre el mensaje que damos, quienes me han oído en el pasado ya lo saben, creo que deben estar muy orgullosos de ser mexicanos, creo que deben estar muy orgullosos de venir de un país que es admirado en el mundo entero por su gente, por su comida, por su cultura, por lo que somos y por lo que demostramos, y también somos admirados por lo que trabajamos y por lo que logramos en favor de nuestras familias.
Así es, cónsul. Y bueno, ¿cuál es el impulso que el Consulado General de México en Atlanta está haciendo en este momento para todos aquellas y aquellos mexicanos emprendedores en este momento?
Pues tenemos muchos programas, particularmente estamos poniendo especial atención con un programa muy interesante que ojalá podamos tener más participación desde aquí en Nashville, relacionado dirigido a mujeres mexicanas empresarias. Hemos tenido ya la oportunidad de apoyar a algunas mujeres inmigrantes mexicanas aquí. Hay un programa muy interesante que se lleva a cabo alrededor de esto. Estamos en medio de una convocatoria en este momento aceptando solicitudes. Si ustedes son mujeres mexicanas y tienen una idea de negocio o un negocio que está empezando a crecer, y que tal vez necesitan un poquito de apoyo para recibir información y entrenamiento de cómo hacer crecer sus negocios, visiten nuestra página de internet en el Consulado General de México. Ahí está la convocatoria. Es un programa muy importante y muy interesante.
Excelente, cónsul. Para finalizar rápidamente, México se escucha en todas partes del mundo. Como un representante importante que es usted, cónsul, de nuestro país aquí en los Estados Unidos, ¿cuál es el consejo para las próximas generaciones para que sigan haciendo ese impacto fuera de México en todos los Estados Unidos?
Yo creo que tienen que seguir avanzando, tienen que seguirse preparando y tienen que ir haciendo lo que están haciendo, de entender claramente que el futuro está en la educación. Entonces nuestra generación y nuestra actual y nuestra comunidad ha llegado aquí y ha avanzado enormemente a base de trabajo, y es una cosa muy, muy admirable. La siguiente generación va a llegar aún más lejos con base en la educación. Entonces, pues prepárense y sean parte de la voz y de la economía de este país.
Excelente, cónsul, como siempre, muchas gracias por sus palabras, gracias por su tiempo y bienvenido a Nashville.
Gracias a ustedes, un gran saludo a todos sus amigos del jefe. Hasta luego.
Y es así como concluimos esta noche de celebración en el marco del 213 aniversario de la Independencia de México desde la Sinfónica de Nashville. Yo me despido, Alex Gantes, reportando para el Jefe 96.7 y 105.3 FM.
Nuestra comunidad, un programa